Alright, boys and girls. So I'm testing my microphone. I have the chin guard out, so there's going to be a lot more wind than normal. Look at all this mess. But it won't be too bad, but it will be a lot more wind than normal. So we're just going to have to see what it sounds like. I could go get some dead cat material and put it on here, and it'll probably make it sound a lot better. But at the moment, this is what we get. So it's either going to be okay or it's going to be not okay. The microphone is out of some device that's supposed to plug into the bottom of an iPod mini. It's pretty old, it's probably like 4 years old or something, I'm guessing. And the microphone unplugs from it, and man, this microphone works really well. But it's just like a bendable metal thing with a plastic thing on the end with the microphone. I imagine that this is going to pick up a lot more of my motorcycle noise because the bottom is open. So we'll see if it actually does. Probably. But I just have it plugged into a cable that is supposed to plug into your GoPro, and I put the right resistor on it. It's like a $2 cable, and yeah, I think it's in general works really well, but we'll have to see. So let's go down this hill and find out. Let's go! That's pretty fast. Probably a lot of wind noise. I can hear a lot of wind noise, so I imagine that's probably pretty loud. Better lean some more. No falling over. Yeah, but I can't complain. The microphone was free. Probably a pretty good mic. The cord was $3 and I'm borrowing the GoPro. I did buy a case for like 10 bucks though, so I could plug it in and mount it. I'm going to be moving the camera though and putting it somewhere else. Yeah, the wind is much worse than it was this morning. But I'm going to go ahead and open the visor and see what that sounds like. Now we've got as much wind as we're going to get right now. Hear that whistling? But I'm curious, even with this much wind noise, what it sounds like. It's pretty loud in my ears. Alright, so let's put the visor map down. Alright, that's not all the way closed. And we'll put it all the way down. That's all the way down. Yeah, so that's a good test right through there, that's for sure. I'll post some footage at the end of this from this morning's drive, and you can see the difference. But, yeah, not bad. Not bad, man. I learned this morning that I can go 70 miles an hour according to this, which is probably more like 60. It's a little off. But I can go pretty fast in second gear. I've been learning how to drive in lower gears. I used to just putt around in high gears, but I've been driving faster in lower gears, and man, it's so much better. But I was saying in one of my last ones that I never published was how to counter steer. So counter steering is very counterintuitive, but it works really well if you know how to do it. And it's the only proper way, apparently, to drive a motorcycle. So they tell you in the handbook when you buy a motorcycle and you're trying to get a license for it that if you're turning right, you're supposed to push down on this handlebar. Which doesn't make sense, because if you turn this way, you're going to go that way. But actually, if I push on this one, the bike leans. and it leans into the direction that you're trying to turn. So it's really counterintuitive, but once you figure it out, it's like, oh, I see that. Whoa. And there's a lot of debris down here, so. But yeah, I'll show you this counter steering. So if I push on this, look at what happens to the bike. It wants to fall over that way. Same thing with this one. And that's how you counter steer. Most people who just drive straight all the time don't really have to think about it. But once you get on roads like this or any other road that's twisty, yeah, you need to know that. There's a video of a guy here in California driving down a road. A lot of debris here, so I'm going very slow. Driving down a road, and you can look it up. It's like something like guy hits fire truck on California road or something. And he did exactly that. You can see in the video he tries to sort of steer one way and it forces him the other way, and then he rocks the steering wheel and it does it again and does it again and ends up hitting the fire truck. They're going like 35, 40, just slams right into the front corner of it. He didn't die or anything. He's okay, but in the article he says he's not going to ride again. I don't blame him. That's a pretty messed up scenario. But he doesn't get hurt, so if you want to see how not to counter steer, you can go watch that video and check it out. Oh, there's some little bitty infants being walked right there. So, yes, counter steering. Lean into the turn and steer the wrong way. It sounds really messed up, but that's how it works. Ow, the microphone walked over on me. That little metal thing on the microphone sort of pushes around. Now the microphone is so close to my mouth that it picks me up really, really well. And it doesn't really sound muffled, which is quite amazing. I've tested like 5 microphones and they've all been from like iPhones and all kinds of stuff like that. And that guy back there, by the way, he's got some mental disorder and he walks this road all the time and his dad always protects him. That's what he was doing. Seems kind of weird, but yeah. So anyway, hopefully the audio sounds pretty good on this. I have to imagine it does, just from this morning's experience, but now that I got the bottom open, I don't know. Let me open all the vents and see if that makes a difference. If I can find them. There's one in the middle, one on the top. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay. Now all the vents are open, so maximal airflow right now. Oh, we are going literally like 42. My speedometer, if you guys ever watch my speedometer, I'm going like 70. I'm probably going about 8 to 6 miles per hour slower than that. And that is linear with the speed. So if I'm going 10, I'm actually going more like 9. And if I'm going 90, I'm going more like 81. So it's like 1 mile per hour every 10 miles per hour. But the odometer is right. If you measure the odometer's readings, it's perfectly fine. Which I don't quite understand how that works out, but that's the way it works out. And there's no tachometer on this motorcycle, so I have no idea where I'm at with revs. Which for me, I haven't driven that many motorcycles. You know, if I could listen to a crotch rocket for 2 years and watch the RPM, I would know kind of where I'm at, but I'm really guessing. But I know I'm probably usually never reaching the maximal speeds, RPMs, because I mean, I did go 70 in second gear, which is pretty dang fast. I used to not even go 50 in fifth gear. That's the kind of driving style I had. And then once I figured out, you know, I should rev this thing up a little more, I actually got better gas mileage. because I was more in that range of RPM versus fuel consumption versus everything else, you know, which is kind of interesting. You think that the lower the gear, the better the gas mileage, you know, like if you can get the car to move in the lowest gear, then you're probably saving gas. But actually, that's not right. That's not right at all. There is an optimal point. There's an optimal point. It's an interesting looking car. There's an optimal point where the amount of movement versus the engine RPM and everything that goes on there, those mechanics, there's an optimal point about that, which is, I just didn't know that. I never knew that. I never thought about it like that, which never made me think about it like that. So now I drive in a higher gear, usually, and that actually allows for smoother shifting, better acceleration. Apparently this motorcycle is geared low, according to the reviews that I read before I bought it, while I was looking at it. And the guy who wrote it hated it. He didn't like it at all. I actually don't mind this bike at all. I can't say that I've ever driven anything else every day. I've driven a few motorcycles in my life, including a Kawasaki KZ650, and that thing was pretty sweet. That thing really got up and going too. It was fast. But technically this is supposed to deliver between 76 and 79 horsepower, depending on which model you got. Maybe the 79 is the fuel injected. This is carbureted, so I think it's like 76 horsepower. And apparently, if you look at all the motorcycles made and look at the weight to horsepower ratio, this is one of the best. So technically, I could take on these little crotch rockets, but they'd probably... I guess a crotch rocket in the same size, I should be able to beat, same horsepower. But if they're geared better than this thing, and they probably are, because this one is geared lower, and little crotch rockets really get up and go. I've never actually, you know, gunned it on a really nice crotch rocket, so I can't say. I just can't say, but I bet that thing's fun. But it's a lot of fun. I attempt to go semi-slow. I don't like going stupid fast. I like going fast, just not stupid fast. But yeah, I ain't got much else to say. I'm just testing my microphone out, man. There was a day though, I got some really funny audio, but it's crappy audio from a different mic, so I probably won't do anything with it. But my camera, I put the batteries on the charger and realized I didn't plug the charger in. And I was complaining the whole way home because I was behind people going like 20 miles an hour, and I literally just wanted to go fast that day. I don't know why. I just really felt the urge to go fast, and these people were saving me because they were slowing me down, you know, which makes sense. It's good for me. And we got all the way to this intersection up here in this, what I call rice burners. These little cars with the fart cannons on them. Rice burners. I don't know who made that up, but it stuck. But these little rice burners, one of these little cars was in front of me trying to turn, and the guy was, the way that turn lane works, you'll see it up here. The way that turn lane works, can't get past cars. And so he finally got past the car in front of him pulled up enough because it was a red light. He got past him just barely, and so I got past him. We pulled into the double lane going up the hill at the same time, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna gun it. So I just gunned it, and this little fart cannon just gunned it. I actually didn't look at the speed. I was really paying attention to the road and where people were at, but I bet you we were going 85 to 90 on a very short stretch of road, less than a half mile, probably like a quarter mile actually. We were going so fast, and I was ahead of him by the crawl, like just by a little bit, but my clutch is slipping, so I can't get all them horses to the wheel. I don't know why it's slipping, but it always is. It slips when you got it in, when you're sitting at a red light like that and you got it in drive or in neutral and you try to switch it to drive, the gear is actually spinning. It's, I don't know, it's dragging. It doesn't bother me though. But anyway, I had just such a great time. I got home and then realized the camera wasn't recording. I was like, man, this is like the best drive. Like, it would have been really fun to watch. It was comical. The things I was saying were silly and funny. And just in general, it was probably a great video, but better off. That was the only time I've ever really given it that much gas like that for that long in that short of type of road. But it was fun, actually. So anyway, I gotta run to FedEx. I guess I'll just drive all the way there and let you see where I'm going. I don't really care. I ain't got anything else to say, but I tell you what, I got lucky with this microphone, because all the other microphones I used were for like earbuds. I thought that would work, and I tried even some non-earbud version microphones, and they just didn't seem like Lavier's. Oh, see, now I'm in neutral, but some Lavier microphones, and those didn't really even work that great. So this one I got is really nice because it's on a little metal thing, and it just got a plug on the end. It has no cord, so I tried to get it to stick to the inside of my helmet, but that plastic on the inside of there just isn't any good for that application. I gotta get over, but these people aren't gonna let me, so that's fine. I'll just stay in this lane. I'll just stay in this lane. I don't like splitting lanes unless I have to, so I usually deal with the traffic. Dealing with the traffic. But people always turn here, and then everyone wants to go straight, and then we all have to sit here and wait, and it's very annoying. So it's better to be in a different lane, and then when you get around that person, you get back into this lane thinking that's okay, and then realize the car wants to turn at the street right there. So I usually try to get in this lane. Yeah. Or we turn left and we don't know what we're doing. Yeah, so I've been trying to be a really safe driver, but I sure do love going fast. I said in one of my other videos, which you'll probably see soon on my main channel. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I might post it. But anyway, I was talking about watching motorcycle accidents. So I watch a lot of motorcycle videos, and I've realized by doing that I learn a lot of mistakes, a lot of people's mistakes, newbie mistakes, things that you just, I don't know, some of them are just complete stupid and I don't know what happened, and other ones are actually like, okay, the guy was turning and he started doing something and then just barely tapped his front brake, and then boom, that was it. Fell over, crashed, whatever happened. I don't watch these horrific motorcycle accidents where it's just like a car pulling out in front of somebody. Those I don't like. But I like the ones where people are riding down these twisty roads and they're trying to do whatever, and you really get a good feel for to and not to do's. So anyway, yeah, I'm really pleased with this microphone setup. I hope it's still recording. That's still recording. This is the time when I should go around these cars, because I'm going to turn right at this street. But whatever. I think actually I'll just end the video here. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this microphone. Again, I had the chin guard out, so it could have been, with the chin guard in, it's like amazing. And then I'll get one of those little furry dead cats. Actually, I should go into that camera place right there and see if they got a little furry dead cat. I have some of those foam things I could just stick on here to see what it does. But I'd rather get one of those dead cats because I think those are better than the foam things for this application. Alright, peace out. God bless you guys. Have a good day. Enjoy life. Do something you like doing for once. There was a day where I was frustrated and irritated and unhappy, and got on my skateboard, grabbed my daughter, which she likes skateboarding, and we went to the skate park and had a heck of a time. Some days you just gotta do it, man. Just ignore everything else around you. Alright, the sign says stop, so I'll see you guys later. Peace out.